My brother is obviously considered one of the greatest guitarists in the world. I don't think any other guitarist can say that Pepe has knelt in the floor and crossed his hands in a prayer position and said that he was adoring me. When Pepe was a baby and he was 3 years old, my mother had me. And she thought that Pepe, and my father thought that Pepe was going to get jealous. Okay, Pepe was this big. So they told him, when they brought me wrapped up in a little thing, they said, Pepe, they called him, see, this baby's for you. This is your baby. Oh, he got all excited. So then they put me in a crib and in a room, my room. And then they wanted to have dinner, and they were looking for Pepe, and Pepe was nowhere. And my mother went into where my crib was and said, and Pepe was kneeling on the floor in front of my crib. And they said, Pepe, la comida. He said, shh. And he very politely but serious said, shh, no me disturbies, mamá. Porque estoy adorando a mi niño. I'm adoring my child.
Incredible.
So that's why I said, and Pepe has knelt in front of me and adored me. I just left out what age.
Right. And that story will follow you for the rest of your life.
For always.
Exactly.
For 1,000 years to come. You know, it's a beautiful story. That's why it's funny, because people say, two grown men and one kneels down in front, the Pepe. And I say, yeah, the great Pepe has knelt in front of me and in prayer to adore me. Those words.
Incredible.
I just left out that I was 2 months old and he was 3 years old.
What's it like to play music that was written by your family, by Celedonio himself?
Yeah. He did the Fantasia, which he's the one who originated, hitting, pulling, and then plucking. I can play 10 Aranjuez and 20 Giuliani, and then I play the Fantasia, and the people get up screaming their heads off,
Right.
because it's so incredible.
So, but you don't need any lower tension strings or anything. You do it on just a normal...
on all the guitars.
Incredible.
Yeah, on all the guitars. What is the most amazing, is I usually play the Connor, guitars for many years before Rodriguez from Cordoba. The guitar then I take out by the pool and then I play all day long cost $80. He said, really? $80 guitar from Costco. It was in a huge pile, and I just picked one cardboard box and took it home and packed it, and it's the guitar I play because I'm outside by the pool all the time, swimming.
You've played in all sorts of combinations of groups with your brothers, with your father.
Yes.
What was the most fun combination for you to play?
Rodrigo wrote for us the Concierto Madrigal for 2 guitars. And Pepe is very kind and very nice. Whenever he sends me the music for 2 guitars, always, since we were little, he always sends me the first guitar. And he jokes around, but so I did the first guitar. Both of them are incredible. But the first guitar in the Madrigal, there's a girardilla. Which, unbelievable. And then I finish the scale and he takes it into the basses and continues. And then we keep switching off like that. And we were at Henry Woods Hall and with Neville Mariner and the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields. And we recorded it in London. The night before, we didn't sleep that night because we were in the hotel. I think it was London Embassy Hotel, and Pepe and I, alone in London, and the night before, we used to love to go, both of us, to the movies. So we went and saw The Exorcist. And then we had connecting doors, and we kept going into each other's room, and we didn't sleep a blink because of The Exorcist, yeah. And so that's the way we went into the studio. And anyway, when we got to the Girardilla, we looked at each other, and actually we did it in one take. Neville went bum 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 bum, and then Pepe started the scale in the basses, and I started. And when we finished without missing a note. It was getting faster and faster. It was unbelievable. And when we finished, so we both absolutely screamed at the top of our lungs of happiness because we had done the impossible on the guitar. And we both put the guitars down and just literally started together like this, dancing all over around the orchestra and all over everyone, all screaming with happiness, because it was, and it still is a legendary recording.
So I assume that also had an effect on the orchestra, right? Because after that pure cry of happiness,
the energy, yeah.
Right.
And one of the nicest times I've had was recording with my father. We have a monumental recording of Granados' 12 Dances, my arrangement.
So your father is the seed that started the two types of playing.
Exactly.
And Celine combines them in a sort of synthesis.
Exactly.
And then you and Pepe are on the poles of that.
Exactly. And I was highly influenced. It would be unfair of me not to say, but I was highly influenced by Segovia.
Of course.
Also, so many times before I even knew how to read music on the guitar, I would play the discs, play Segovia, and then pick out the music from the record.
By ear?
By ear.
Wow. Entire pieces?
Guitar pieces, yeah.
Entire pieces?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so he inspired a lot my sound, the vibratos I do and all of that. He would do them. I guess it's the similarity of hands. My hands are exactly like his. Matter of fact, the joke I always had with my mother, and she would tell me to go into another room and behave, was that, did you ever, go to a special concert of Segovia and before I was born, like...
Oh my God. I just got that.
Because my hands are not Romero. A mi madre, hijo, por favor. I said, madre, ¿tú conociste a Segovia?
But Segovia himself said to you, right?
Yes,
if
my
I'm not
hands are
mistaken.
identical.
So you were backstage, I think, in
Carnegie
concert?
Hall. I went to Carnegie Hall the night before I played Aranjuez with the New York Philharmonic at Lincoln Center. So Segovia, I was walking from the Park Central Hotel in 57th and 7th Avenue, and in the corner is Carnegie Hall. And I saw Segovia advertised the night before. So I went to Segovia's concert. And later on, hesitantly, because he, you hear always so many stories about him with guitarists, So I went backstage to the dressing room, and I just wanted him to sign an autograph of my program. So when he asked me my name, I was at first not going to say my name, make up a name, but then I said my name to him, and everybody was in the dressing room, 50 people just at least, and he looked at me and he stopped and he says, "So," I'll translate it into English. "So you are little Angelito Romero, eh?" That was his question always, eh? And I said, "Sí, maestro." "Ah, show me those hands. They are so fantastic." I couldn't believe it. In front of everybody, he took my hand and he held it up to him like this. And he said, "It's exactly my hand, but smaller." And I said, Yeah, maestro. And he took it. He took it up to his lips and he kissed my hand. And then put it on one side of his cheek and asked me for the other one, and he kissed it and put it on the other. And then he pulled them out away from him, and he held them up, and he said, by that time I was tears falling, you know. And then he said, when you love the guitar as much as I do, this is what you do to a genius like Angelito Romero.
Incredible.
I'll always remember that. Can you imagine?
Truly. Who can?
Yeah, no. Yeah, unbelievable. Because he never acted like that with anybody.
Right.
Except with my father. When my father was 14 years old in Malaga, and they told him, there's a kid, Malagueño, then you have to tighten your belt, Andres.
Wow.
And he heard him. And there's still, I think Pepe has it or something, a picture of Segovia sign to say, and say to Celedonio Romero, my only successor.
Wow, when he was 14 years old.
Yes, my only successor.
Wow, wow. Incredible.
So it goes back to that, you know.
People, might know you as a guitarist or as a member of the quartet.
Yes.
But you have so many more aspects. There's conducting, there's singing.
Singing, yes.
Right? Professional.
Yeah, no, just for fun, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And also, as a soloist, I think it's interesting to mention, Torroba conducted you.
Oh, yes, recording, yeah.
Right.
A lot of times. But in Abbey Road Studios, he conducted for me the Castelnuovo Tedesco concerto. And, Homenaje a la Seguidilla, then he dedicated for me. And it's a beautiful recording. The orchestra is phenomenal. And he's conducting very, very strong, very strong. And so, yeah, I've had an incredible relation with both him and Rodrigo. We took him to Disneyland.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
he come and visit us and stay with us. And he was so funny. He went on the merry-go-round and stuff or whatever, and he got sick.
But he also took care of you one time when you were sick
I was.
and vomiting.
Yes, I got.
Right.
I went from Malaga, playing a concert in Malaga. I went to Valencia to the Faro de Cullera to spend a week or something with him and his daughter Cecilia. And my car I rented a car from Hertz or something, and it broke in the middle of Albacete between the Valencia. So I had to spend the night, and the only water that they served me in the inn was well water. So when I arrived, I was so viciously sick. Don Joaquin, the maestro, before I knew it, he comes into the bathroom, feeling his way around like this into the bathroom. He always called me Angelín, little Angel. ¿Estás malo, no? Sí, maestro. And he brought a bucket and he put it in front of me. I sat down in the toilet. He sat with me and held my head while I threw up everything.
Yeah.
And everything. And then he would, every once in a while, he would say, Angelito, estás podrido. You're rotten. You're like, yeah, and I would say, ah. So it was, and then Torroba, I used to lay down in the afternoon while he would compose and stuff. And he would put two pillows behind himself in the king-size bed. And I would lay there and next to him and take my afternoon nap. Then we get up and eat. And
a Spanish tradition, afternoon nap.
Afternoon nap. Yeah, la siesta.
Exactly.
The siesta, yeah. But, so, I was so fortunate to, I have letters from both of them, and I have so many memories from them.